Morning. These are the Nassau Guardian highlights for Thursday, November 27th, 2025. Brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and for the visually impaired. Clean the register, says former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham. Former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham says the voter register is inflated and outdated. He says both the FNM and the PLP were unable to locate several thousand voters listed in Golden Isles because many moved without transferring their voter registration. He believes the register still reflects 2011 data and urgently needs cleanup. Ingraham praised FNM candidate Brian Brown for performing well despite joining the campaign late. Parliamentary Commissioner baffled by low voter turnout. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson says the 49% turnout in Golden Isles was surprisingly low. Only 3,884 of the 7,926 registered voters cast ballots. He believes many residents are holding their vote for the upcoming general election. BML and CCA reach settlement in Baha Mar dispute. After a decade of court battles, BML Properties and China Construction America have reached a settlement. This follows rulings awarding $1.6 billion to BML for contract breaches and misused funds. Details of the settlement were not disclosed, but the government says it welcomes the closure of the long-running matter. Teachers Union, we got crumbs. Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson says teachers received crumbs in the latest salary adjustments, with some receiving $150 or $340 and others receiving nothing. The union is polling members on whether to take industrial action or a strike vote. FNM should not have entered the by-election. Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says the FNM used up valuable resources contesting the Golden Isles by-election instead of saving them for the upcoming general election. He warns the party is now limping into the national campaign while the government is fully resourced. Nearly 200,000 Bahamians registered to vote. Harrison Thompson says the voter register now stands at over 196,000, the highest in Bahamian history. He says the transition to biometric cards is progressing slowly, but should pick up early next year. Boundaries report completed. DPM Chester Cooper confirms the Constituencies Commission has finalized its report. Large constituencies like Killarney and Golden Isles may be split. Strachan must rethink its strategy. UB professor Dr. Ian Strachan says more people in Golden Isles voted against the PLP than for it, a sign of growing public dissatisfaction, but he warns that votes for the COI or independents may unintentionally help the PLP secure victory in 2026. She releases new Junkanoo parade rules. The National Junkanoo Committee has introduced major changes, including penalties instead of disqualification, QR code digital costume activation, a new weather interruption protocol. All major groups will compete under NJC management this year. Courts and crime. A man accused of killing Roderick Roll in 2021 has been acquitted of manslaughter. Jermaine Ferguson has been sentenced to 3 years and 10 months for a 2023 shooting after accepting a plea deal. World news. Cuba still suffering after Hurricane Melissa. Nearly a month after the storm, thousands of Cubans remain without power, water, or stable shelter as recovery struggles continue. 2 Virginia brothers accused of plotting to kill ICE agents. Homeland Security says the men were overheard discussing plans to ambush immigration officers. They were arrested and later released under supervised confinement. Today in Bahamian history, November 27. On this day in Bahamian history, in 1861, the Nassau Guardian published one of its earliest detailed reports on the impact of the American Civil War on the Bahamas, documenting how wartime blockades and shipping changes were starting to alter the Bahamian economy. This period marked the beginning of the blockade-running boom that transformed Nassau into a major wartime trading hub. You've been listening to the Guardian Highlights brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines for Thursday, November 27th, 2025. Today is not a holiday in the Bahamas, but many of us will be enjoying Thanksgiving meals and giving thanks for everything that God has blessed us with. Enjoy your day. Be blessed. and be a blessing.